Hello and welcome to the India Today Business Today studio here at the World Economic Forum in Davos. I'm Siddharth Zarabi and joining me two leading lights of Indian industry, Rajiv Memani, Chairman EY India and the President of the Confederation of Indian Industry, and Mr. Nadir Godrej, one of the most storied names, Chairperson of the Godrej Industries Group. Thank you very much for joining us. 4 days have passed, intense deliberations, lots of political headlines as well, speeches, Canada, United States, France. I want to come to both of you one by one. Rajiv, I'll start with you. What's the key takeaway? Because as far as the trade-related disruption that is underway, we haven't seen any breakthroughs in that sense. But yes, President Trump has not decided to march on Greenland immediately.
Yeah. So I think key takeaway is geopolitical issues will continue. I think there is a level of global uncertainty that seems to be there, and that will have an impact on business and economy. Each companies are looking at what supply chain resilience means for them, which was there earlier as well. But now I think it's also a lot to look at within the framework of their own country in which they operate, as well as countries that they are comfortable in trading with or investing with. I would say that's the second thing. Third is, I think there is some form of coalition of the like-minded that's happening. And I think there is probably stronger partnership between, EU, within EU, Canada, India, parts of Asia. So I think there is some conversations around that where I think you will see more trade deals, more trade discussions, more trips, more bilateral discussions that are happening. And fourth, I think the AI is now becoming much more pervasive. Greater questions being asked on how do you bring it to life. Very clearly what's coming out is not something that will deliver results within 6 months. It's something that is definitely starting to impact. The impact is visible, but by the time you get ROIs, it'll probably take 4 to 5 years. Therefore, senior sponsorship. I'm generalizing here. Some things would be, but I'm just saying overall the transformation journey is a 3 to 5 year journey. Therefore, senior level sponsorship, CEO sponsorship, and rethinking, reimagining each parts of business becomes very critical. So for me, I would say if I have to summarize, these will be the key takeaways.
So very same question to you, your own key takeaways.
Yes, very similar. It was, as you pointed out, it was heartening that the Greenland issue was settled. So the themes here have been dialogue, the geopolitical situation, and AI. And to some extent, the dialogue has definitely helped. And I think the lesson for the world is that we have to push back at the US, but also keep dialoguing with the US, especially with other people in the administration. That seems to be paying dividends. And AI is definitely on the way. It has lots of positives and some dangers. So we have to watch out for that. That's another lesson that was very clear over here. And I think Rajiv's point that all the US allies are getting along very well with each other, much better than they're getting along with the US.
Rajiv, the India story continuously spoken about, but as a CII captain, this is a question that's been asked of Maharashtra, for example, and the Maharashtra Chief Minister was here earlier today, and we put that question to him. Criticism that Maharashtra state is signing MOUs with companies based out of Maharashtra in Davos. What would you say? Does it miss the point that business is global and why should a location matter?
Yeah, I would say that, there is, when business and industry meet, Indian businesses are also here, global businesses are also here. And if there are MOUs that need to be signed, whether it's between an Indian business or an Indian state, or a foreign business and Indian state, I think you sign everything. There is always, you want to capture also, I think for the government also, it's a motivational thing to understand that the policies that have been created, I think we must remember, and if you sit in some of the state meetings, what I have seen, I was talking to some of the investors from other countries, and they were surprised by the aggression. I'm saying aggression in a very positive way, that each of the states were showing in attracting investments. So I think lots of new policies have been written. Everyone is taking sector by sector approach. If you look at just the GCC policy that's come out, which the Maharashtra state has come out, very, very attractive. So if you look at those things, yes, some of it will be domestic investment, some of it will be foreign investment. I think it's good to capture the overall picture, to say, okay, the impact of this policy, because of this policy, this is the investments that we are getting into the country.
Mr. Godrej, as we come to the end of the conversation, I want you to respond to the India resilience story. You've been here for pretty much decades, and there is a new story about India that gets told every few years. What's the story you've been telling those counterparts from overseas as far as the India story is concerned?
Yes. One of the things I've been saying is that India's growth has been very steady. Even the pandemic didn't daunt us very much. The geopolitical situation we have taken in stride. We have suffered from both these things, but less than people expected. And India has always been a very resilient country. And perhaps the fact that we had very difficult times, poor governance, lot of challenges, made it very difficult to do business in India, but it also made us very resilient. And even in good times, this resilience is very handy.
Rajiv, final word. Ease of doing business. Chandrababu Naidu ji yesterday told us speed of doing business. You as CII president, can you come up with a moniker like that?
It's not my job. I think my view is whatever moniker we give, it's a issue that the more we can work at it, it has a multiplier impact on investment. I mean, it's not just for the larger companies, but for MSMEs, others, when you meet them, sometimes their spirits and energy are down just to deal with so many compliances. I think the government realizes that, they're working through it. I think my personal view is at a political level, there is a lot of momentum for it. What can go wrong, what can happen, this, that. I think it's very clear globally there is massive deregulation that's happening. India has to move fast. We have to push our bureaucracy as in chambers of commerce, as media, as politicians, to ensure that they keep emphasizing on this and happening. And I would say at least at the central level and some of the states, at the senior level, the bureaucrats are very, very conscious about it.
Absolutely. There's so much more that could have been discussed, but both Rajiv Memani and Nadir Godrej has provided us a small snapshot of what happened in 4 days. And if you are those who feel critical, why are these MOUs being done here? They just answered it. Trust them. Don't trust all these posts that you get to see. With that, it's a wrap on this conversation. Thank you very much.